everyone.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
How are you doing?
Uh-huh.
Working? Oh, how are you doing? Is ¿cómo estás?
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, I'm okay, thank you. What about you?
I'm good. I'm great. And I saw you had sent messages. So when I'm on calls with other people, I can't really look at the messages, but I saw
Yeah.
them kind of quickly. So which days do you want me to resend you those times?
Okay. The week
Mhm.
15 to 19.
Okay, I can't do those just yet. I think I have to
Okay.
wait until next week to be
The
able
next
to
week.
do the advanced
Yeah. After this call, I will see you on
uh-huh,
on 12.
the 12th, uh-huh,
Yeah. It's on or at
on uh-huh,
on 12th
the 12th of August, right?
August. Yeah. The
Okay,
next
super.
the next week. Just that
Friday.
day. Because
Friday. Uh-huh.
I searched
Uh-huh.
uh,
Yeah.
an appointment with you on the weekend, but you are not available.
Yeah, on the weekend, I can open a slot depending a time. But normally I don't work as much on the weekend. Or I'm trying not to.
Okay.
We'll see if that stays the same,
Yeah,
but
I schedule it all the whole week, the next week.
okay, super.
So mhm.
But you
the
don't need me to send cuz you had said like oops, what did you say? I can't remember. Did you were going to look for a teacher at 11 p.m.?
yeah, actually
Pero
I I couldn't find,
okay. Porque
but
has dicho que necesito hacer otra vez a la una, pero no sé qué día.
okay, primero dije es que fueron varios mensajes, pero
Sí,
los primeros decía que si podías reenviar lunes y martes, que es 8 y 9
sí.
porque había aceptado 10 y 11, pero después los cancelé porque creo que voy a batallar
Ah,
con
yeah.
mi disponibilidad.
Sí, okay, yeah. You need to relax and like enjoy your vacation too. I feel like
Yeah,
on
but
vacation is a little it's better to do either in the morning or at night. I don't know. But that's up to you.
yeah, but on Friday I will be available. Yeah,
On
we'll
Friday.
be
Super.
on Thursday.
Okay. On Thursday,
On
you want
Thursday
okay. Voy a ver.
we will go back on Thursday at an afternoon, but
Okay.
I will see you on Friday.
Okay, super. So I don't
Uh,
need to
if you can,
uh-huh.
uh, you can send me the invitation
Uh-huh.
the next week for the next week.
And that are those times okay though the for you that would be 1 to 1:30. That's okay?
Exactly, 1:30 or 6 p.m. If you
Okay.
can, I
Mhm.
prefer 6:30, but
Mhm.
that's late for you, right?
That's yeah, I'm trying to stop now. I'm stopping at 6 or I'm trying to. So I have more time with my partner and things like that cuz I've been working a lot. So I'm cutting back a little bit. But if there's a day where you're like, "Oh, 6:30 is better for me." I can't do it every day, but if there is days like maybe twice a week or days that you think would be better at that time, then we can work that out. But yeah, you just let me know. Because
Yeah,
the 1 and 1:30 are the best. I will be consistent with those, but I feel like at night I don't know if I'm gonna do all the night
yeah.
ones. That's okay.
It's 6:30 is better for me because sometimes I am in long meetings, so sometimes I need to hang out the call,
Hang up.
hang up, hang up the
Hang up.
call, my meeting, because I don't want lose
Uh-huh.
lose the call with you.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Um, yeah, just let me know if that week of the 15th to whatever dates those were. I think the 15th to the 19th or 18th or something. Um, so you're saying you want me to send for 7:30 for all of those that week?
Could you repeat?
So, during that week of the 15th, I don't know the dates, 15th to the
Okay.
18th or something like that. Let me look. The 16th through the 20th.
Mm-hmm. The
Um,
16 to 19.
uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, the 19th. I'm
Mm,
sorry. Or the
okay. I
15th to the
prefer.
19th. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I prefer two times, 1:30
Mm-hmm.
and 6:30.
So you mean 1 to 1:30, 1 to the
No,
class being
actually, I prefer 1:30 to 2 p.m.
okay, 1:30. Okay.
1.
Ooh. So right now I am teaching a little girl here in Bolivia
Okay.
at that time on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, I teach her from that time that you're asking, which is my 2:30 time. So I have that blocked off for her. Um, so I can either do 1 to 1:30, which is your
Okay.
no,
If you
yeah,
can,
that's your
if
one.
not, at one is fine.
At 1 is fine because on yeah, I'll have to look. Let me look and then we can figure it out because I've just added she's a student of mine that I've had forever. We have a new time now. So I have to kind of readjust my schedule a little bit for her. Um but I will let you know. I'll write you and we can figure it out from there
Okay, yeah,
if that's
I
okay.
asked for that schedule because it's the same. I mean,
Mhm.
6 or 1 p.m.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'm busy.
Okay.
I'm still busy.
Okay. So we'll figure that out. And we'll see what we need to do going forward. So I'll look at that and send you a message and let you know what days I can do your 1:30, my 2:30. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So we were on negotiations, I think, in slide.
Now I'm using my smartphone.
Oh, you're using your smartphone right now. Super. I don't think we actually yeah, did we finish? I think we finished this. So
No,
we didn't.
no,
So
sorry.
we stopped at
Fair.
catch.
No, tempting. It was the last one.
Okay. So let's look at fair. That one's pretty easy. That's
Fair.
justo. Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Susto. You said susto.
Justo.
Gusto.
Justo.
Okay. Justo. Fair.
Mhm. Or justa, yeah? Mhm.
Acceptable. Reasonable.
Mhm.
Or right.
Uh-huh. So that means fair means like, for example, when you do a competition, everyone needs to start at the same point, right? Because that's fair, right? That's yeah, if it's unfair, someone start a little bit more ahead and then other people back here, and that's unfair, right? But when it's fair, everyone starts at the same place and then the competition like starts type of thing. Does that make sense? Where it's like
Mm-hmm.
the right thing to do or the fair thing to do. Super.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's look at our idioms. Oh, I love idioms. So let's read this one.
To talk.
Something. I don't know why they're not
To talk.
writing out something. It's weird. I don't like that. But yeah, to talk something
To
over.
cover. Hablar sobre algo, ¿no? Discuss a problem or situation with someone. Example, I need to talk this over with my boss before we make a deal. Okay.
So it's just you use this more, yeah, in the business setting to talk something over. Or, I mean, I guess if you were to get in an argument or maybe a fight with a family member, and then you later call them or text them and be like, hey, can we talk this over? What happened earlier was da 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 da. So it's just like, can we just talk about what's going on in the situation? That type of
Okay.
thing. Do you think you can make a sentence with that one? To talk something over, to talk it over?
I need to talk this over. Well, okay, talking about my vacations. I need to talk this over with my leader.
Yeah, exactly. You need to talk. Yeah, exactly. You need to talk it over to see if she's going to allow you. Well, if you're going to go no matter what, Juan, even if you have to work, you're still going to go on your vacation?
I don't know. Probably I will be free the next week, but I need to bring, or
Yeah.
how we say, llevar, bring my laptop.
Exactly.
If they need something, they can send me a message, and probably I will go online for that.
Okay, super. You should go. I'm like, team, go on vacation. You need to do that, especially before the baby. Very good. Excellent. Okay, let's go to this one.
To have in mind. To have in mind. To think of, to consider, to have a plan or intention. Example. What's mean e.g.
That's example.
Example.
Juan, hello? I can't hear you. Juan, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Juan? Let me refresh. Can you hear me, Juan?
Sorry, my wife, she was calling me.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was like, oh no, it's doing that again. I was like, oh no. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
example.
yeah. I ask why e.g.
So it's a Latin word, but it's the meaning is for example, but in Latin is exemple gratia. But it's
Okay.
for example. I don't know why Cambly sometimes has this, like EX. And then sometimes they have EG. I think personally, if I was a Cambly person that did these lessons, I would make everything the same. But each lesson, I think someone else did the slides. So some person is putting example like this, like an abbreviation. And then some are putting this EG, which is a Latin word. But it means for example.
Okay. Okay. Example. What did you have in mind for the initial price? Initial price. Okay.
So
What did? Go ahead.
No, so in this situation, you can use this in a lot of different contexts. Like, for example, you could ask your wife, "Oh, what did you have in mind for dinner tonight?" Or you could say, "Oh, for the party, I had in mind it being a costume party, or I had in mind that our party should be like a pool party. So you could say this not just in business, but it's just a thought. It's a way to express like an idea or something that you might have thought of, if that makes sense.
Do you like to cook?
I love to cook. Yeah, I really do.
Okay. What do you have in mind
For
for
dinner
tonight?
tonight?
Yeah, for dinner tonight.
Oh, tonight I work a lot. So my Friday nights, I actually work, or I have been working until about 10. So I usually depend on my partner to have something ready for me. That sounds horrible, but yeah. So I don't know what we're going to eat tonight. Actually, I have nothing in mind for dinner tonight. So what about you, Juan? What did you have in mind tonight for dinner?
Actually, I don't know because my wife, she has a new diet. The
Mm.
how you say nutrióloga?
¿Cómo?
Nutrióloga.
¿Cómo? No sé, lo
1 second. Yeah, how the nutritionist.
Nutritionist, yeah, the dietetic.
Nutrition. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
she gave her
Uh-huh.
a new diet. So I don't know what how you say que toca hoy? What will
What
be
will
dinner today?
we will have today? What we will have today?
What will
What?
we have today? Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, is there a day of the week that you don't normally cook?
Um, Not really. I feel like because I have a thing called celiac disease, celiaca. Um, so it's hard for me not to not cook because eating at restaurants, I usually get sick. So it's harder for me to eat out a lot. So I usually cook at home. That's my because it's not worth, as you say, it's not worth the risk getting sick, and my stomach is very sensitive, so I usually cook at home. That sounds horrible.
Okay,
But yeah, so I cook at home every day usually,
okay,
no matter what it is. We don't really do takeout that much, because yeah, it's harder to find things that I can eat without having to worry about getting sick or not. It's kind of actually, I hate it because I like eating food and I like eating out, but I get so sick sometimes that it's not worth eating at a restaurant.
okay.
So it's kind of sad.
What is the word for okay? Homemade, right? Homemade is
Yeah, that's
como
right.
comida casera.
Mhm. Homemade.
Okay.
Mhm.
Wow.
I like homemade better usually. Well, depends, but but yeah, usually homemade is better. But here in Bolivia, I will say the food here is delicious. Everyone who makes it at home. The
Did
restaurants
you,
are usually out in front of someone's house.
did you
So,
learn new
uh-huh.
new ways for to cook?
Say, say that again one more time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
did you learn new ways to cook?
Yeah, in some aspects here. Uh-huh. I used to actually work in the restaurant business for a long time, for about 15, 16 years. So I have learned a lot working in restaurants as well, but I've also learned some, obviously in a new country with new recipes, you're going to learn something new or new techniques and things like that. Mhm.
When you talk with your boyfriend,
Uh-huh.
usually talk in Spanish or in English?
In English. We speak
In
English all
English.
the time. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
bad habit. But with his family, we speak Spanish because they only speak Spanish. But
Okay.
um
They
but
have
every
a
day.
special accent, right? They have a special accent, Bolivian.
Well, yeah, I feel like every country has a special accent.
Yeah, I
I
know.
feel like so yeah, they do. They have they talk slower. Because here a lot of people, for example, my boyfriend's parents, their first language is Quechua, not
Okay.
Spanish. So it's I think that's probably what makes the Spanish sound a little bit different, because a lot of people or older generations, their first language was Quechua, so it makes their Spanish a little bit different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the clothes of
Uh-huh.
indigenous people.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Indigenous people. Yeah.
I like.
Yeah, they're colorful, they're beautiful. There's
Yeah, from Bolivia, from Ecuador, Peru.
uh-huh. Yeah. All
Mexico.
the Andes, right? All of
Mhm.
the Andean culture, the Incans, right? Yeah, they have beautiful. The colors here are just all the clothes. Well, mostly the women's aguayos, they call them, like the bags,
Mhm.
are like really colorful with like lots of different patterns and things like that. It's beautiful, super beautiful.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
in Mexico, and like from the Aztecs or the Mayans, they have similar like bright colors too, right?
mhm. Yeah,
Or I feel like,
Oaxaca, Guerrero.
yeah, they're like not similar. They're not the same, but they have those really beautiful bright colors, I feel like too.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome. And in Mexico, though, is the indigenous language or the more native language, that's not as common anymore in Mexico, right? Or it's not, there's like very little amount of people that speak it.
Maybe the most famous dialect in Mexico is Nahuatl.
Yeah, exactly. But that's very, it's a very small population that speaks it, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
smaller. Mm-hmm.
In the center, maybe in the center of Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people they speak that
Mm-hmm.
dialect,
Oh, wow.
but in other parts, you can listen or you can listen Maya or
Mm-hmm.
um, Otomi, maybe I don't know.
You can hear, right? You can hear.
Yeah, you can
Mhm,
hear. Yeah, exactly. You
mhm.
can hear.
It's
When I
interest
need to use when I need to use hear or listen.
here. So here is like in a passing moment. You're not really actively listening, like you're not engaging with that person. You just are hearing it around you, right? It's like a
Okay.
sound around you. That's hearing. Listening is an active engagement, right? You're like looking at a person and they're talking and you are listening to them.
Okay.
So hearing is more of like, you may not be a part of it. It's just in your line of your ear, right? So you can kind of hear it from outside or something like that. Listening is more of an active, you're involved with that sound or that person speaking.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
it's a little different. I know that's confusing. Very good. Okay, let's look at this one. Uh-huh.
To get back to
SB, to get back to business,
what
to get
mean
back to,
SB
or maybe it's subject. That looks like a
subject. Okay.
subject. I don't know why they do that. That's a little weird, but let's read it.
To talk to someone again, usually on the phone, in order to give them some information or because you were not able to speak to them before. Okay. Mhm. Example. I don't have those figures.
Figures.
Figures. Okay, I don't have those figures in front of me, but I will get back to you.
Figures is numbers, meaning like, for example, if you're in like an accounting business or you need to see numbers of maybe client calls or something, that's what figures is referring to, is numbers or percentages. So in this example, it's basically like, hey, I don't have that information or those figures in front of me, but once I do have them, I will call you back or I'll get back to you, right? So that's that's just basically like, I will call you back once I have more information, or I will get in contact with you once I know more. So get back to you is just to respond.
Figures is completely different to figure out.
Exactly. To figure out is to like to solve a problem, or to solve a problem, basically, to figure out, right? But this is more of the actual numbers itself, figures.
Okay.
So figures in the sense is numbers.
Could you help me with a sentence?
Yeah. So for example, I will get back to you once I know more information about the problem or the issue. Or can I get
back to you when I have more information?
Yeah, exactly. Or you could just say to someone, if they're like, hey, can we talk? Can we talk? And you could be like, could I get back to you in an hour? I am in a meeting right now. Or in 2 hours, I can get back to you because I am working on a project or something.
Okay.
So it's just getting in contact with someone again, or calling them back.
Yesterday I was watching a movie and I watched this phrase, I touch base with them.
Yeah, exactly. We did that in the last lesson too on these. That was one of them. I'll touch base with you, which is the same, to get back to. That's it.
Okay.
There you could use those interchangeably.
Okay.
They're two different like expressions. Very good. Excellent. So we only have a little bit, but let's see our next slide. Oh, cool. Okay. So we're going to match synonyms to the vocabulary words. So similar meanings, right? So let's look at number 1. We have offer.
Okay. Offer. Wow. I don't know. Okay. Deal is.
So yeah, whichever one you want to start with. I know these are. We can look them over.
Offer is a deal, proposal.
A deal can be a proposal.
Catch. Okay. Fair. No. Fair. What's mean fair? I don't know.
Fair is justo, and that means like it's the
agreement. And acceptable.
Acceptable, right?
Okay.
Catch. This is a little bit different than the actual like catching something. This is like a trick.
Okay.
Like,
trick.
What's the catch? What's the trick? Why is this so cheap? Or why is this such a good deal? So the catch is usually like a trick.
¿Por qué está tan barato?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. An offer is bid or satisfactory?
Bid is offer. Satisfactory would be more satisfactory. That could be fair. It could be offer, but not really. That's more of like a fair, because you're satisfied, right? It's a satisfactory type of thing. But Juan, my next student is calling in, but I will shoot you a message on not next week, but the next week, the schedule, the week after next, and I'll let you know. Okay.
I appreciate it.
All right. Well, I will see you next Friday, and I hope you have a great vacation. Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Bye, Juan. See you next time.
Bye. See you next time.